I'm so sorry to inform you all. Yes, the rumors are true. I apologize. I did not think it was going to come out so soon, but it is true. Yes, I have a nose piercing. We're going through it with our PR team right now. We're going to send out a message soon about our future plans and how we're going to be better. I'm going to be a better person. I'm working on myself. But other than that, thank you very much for joining us for another episode of It's What We Do podcast, hosted by me, Hen, and my co-host, John.
Hello.
You sounded cute there.
Your nose looks cute.
Thank you.
It's very shiny, very shiny.
I know. I love it. Look.
You didn't even add. You don't even ever have to add any more blush.
Oh, so you're saying I needed blush beforehand?
No, I'm saying you were wearing makeup before.
Oh, okay. Okay, and thank you for joining us for another episode, like I said. But this week, we're going to be talking about the movie Everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes, that's going to be our main segment for today. We're going to talk about a movie to start off with. We love that movie. We were blown away by it. It was cinema.
This is cinema.
Cinema. Yeah, it was an incredible movie. It blew me out.
It blew me up. Blew me off.
Oh my goodness.
It blew me.
My apologies. Okay, it blew us away. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like beforehand going into the movie, I realized I knew it was going to be a crazy movie off the walls, off the reviews and everything. But going into it and actually seeing what it was about, it was incredible. It was a comedy, but then at the core of it, it was a story about a mother and her child.
Family.
Mm-hmm. That's where it was driven off by. But then before we get into that fun bit first, you got to put a hold on to it. We're going to be talking about the Moon Knight episode number 4 that just released this week.
Yeah.
And then what were your thoughts on it?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, Moon Knight is probably carrying... Midnight? Yeah, Midnight is single-handedly carrying the MCU right now. Hot take. Nah, I'm joking. Take it what you want. I'm gonna say that's how it is. But essentially, yes, it's so good.
Because Doctor Strange 2 is about to come out, so yes, it is carrying.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's really interesting what they're doing with the characters. They're teasing at the third personality finally.
Yeah.
Which everyone is presuming to be Jake, which it probably is going to be unless they change his name for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing it different rather than... See, do you think Jake is going to have his own version of Moon Knight? Because he's going to... Like Steven and Mark have it?
That's what it's looking at. But then, like you know, from the teasers from the last episode where they were talking... Or whenever they're like, it wasn't me. And then the other guy it wasn't me. Mm-hmm. So it seems like the other one's a lot more violent. So I'm assuming his suit will be like off the walls kind of thing. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll have guns. Because some versions in the comics, he has guns.
You know what? That'd be crazy because he is really scary. He did scare them really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we actually do see him in the end credits. So it shows like Moon Knight without the hood and then Moon Knight with the hood and then Mr. Knight. I think he's the Moon Knight without the hood.
Yeah, it makes sense for it to be like not a hard departure from the original Moon Knight outfit and everything. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense and everything. I support that. But
no, very good show. The story's going very well. I like what they're doing with the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to... I think they are going to end up being aliens too, though.
I don't want to pull that trigger too soon, too fast. Because you know how it is with everything going on in the MCU. Everything's so fucking iffy and how much they're changing everything. Mm-hmm. It makes sense for that too. But it's just... I don't want to get my hopes up, or not necessarily my hopes up, my expectations up for that, because it's still up in the air very much.
Okay, so talking back to Moon Knight about the show, so in this episode, we see it's Steven and Mark's wife. What's her name? Layla.
Layla. Yeah.
Yeah, Layla. They both go into the tomb to find Ahmed's tomb, which they end up doing. While fighting some ancient like guards on the way.
Oh, that actually there's mummies in the MCU.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, like pretty much what they were fighting, they were pretty much mummies.
Were they mummies? I thought those were like the guards that they had.
I think they
set up and
were, but then
everything.
they're pretty much mummies, or like they look like zombie kind of figures.
Mm-hmm. And before they actually got into the tunnel, you know, when they were looking, like searching their camp and everything through the tents and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And it shows that like tool that has blood on it. I was under the impression that was alluding to there actually being the guards that they showed on the hieroglyphics before. Mm-hmm. But someone on I forgot who it was on YouTube, they said that was actually a tool that Layla used to kill somebody, showing that she'll actually kill. But I feel like that one's
jumping the.
I think so too, because it didn't show her doing any of that. I think what I say is correct. You know, it's what we do. Pod, you heard it here first.
We're saying
it was alluding to the fact that there were the bodyguards for the tombs and everything.
Yeah, but then if you go into that though,
I say that because on the hieroglyphics it showed them holding that same exact tool. That's why I say that.
Okay, that makes sense, because I was gonna say, and I feel like I have my own answer to this question, but then why would the mummy guards come out of the tomb? And the answer I have for that though is because they had to dig up the tomb, right?
Yeah.
So they had to dig it up. So I feel like, you know, like it was underground. Mm-hmm. So they dug it up, they opened the door, and then they came out.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that possibly could be the reason why they got attacked outside the tomb. But I mean, I'm not fucking. It's not gonna keep me up at night.
Yeah, yeah. And so after they end up finding Amit's tomb.
Mm-hmm.
And they get infiltrated.
Oh, they have a big kiss.
Yeah, they have a big kiss. Steven kisses Layla, and Mark gets upset. Is that cheating? Technically, yes. Technically.
Weird, right?
It's weird, though. It's a weird situation. I would not want to be in that situation.
Yeah.
But who's up?
They go into the tomb, and then big mystery of this week, which we were not expecting it. It goes to King Alexander the Great, which is, I mean, when they said that, I was like, okay, sure. I was like, I hate how many movies go back to him, or like, I understand the mythology is like, it's pretty great, it's pretty deep in there, but I'm just like, bum ass Alexander the Great. What the fuck we doing here?
I thought it was interesting though, because I have never heard of him being a pharaoh. It was what I knew was that one of Alexander the Great's colleagues did become a pharaoh, but I didn't know that Alexander himself became a pharaoh.
I think the way they explained it, it was just like, you know, he had rule pretty much, and so just like he's king of everything, or of that time, king of all lands, so he can get buried wherever the fuck he wants. You know, that's the way I interpreted it.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, it was interesting, and so they end up finding the effigy, the stone that Amit is. Mm-hmm.
Which goes against what I was talking about earlier last episode, whenever I was talking about how I thought it was different, but it was literally the same thing that happened to Kanju last episode. Yeah. Just turned to stone. Mm-hmm. They just said tomb just to, I guess.
And if you notice also at the beginning of the episode, yeah, it shows like a plethora of gods there. Yeah, not just the main ones. So there's the main ones, right? That the Council of the Gods or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then there's a bunch of other gods like that aren't part of the council. I'm guessing
those are all the ones that like just taken out, because in the last episode, the episode number 3, they brought that up as well, saying like just like all the gods before you, like you'll be cast in stone.
Yeah. So then that's what happens, and then after they find that, they get infiltrated. Arthur gets a hold of the effigy.
Yeah. Big homie gets shot.
Yeah, he dies, actually.
Good shit. About time.
He dies, and then he comes back to life again.
I remember how you said, I don't think it was Conjure that brought him back, though. It was a hippo lady.
You think it was her?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because she was at the one at the end.
Yeah, but why would
Conjure was locked up.
Is that hippo god the same god that was offering him help in the council?
No. They like, I remember they actually, there's actually an actor to it, and it's a different lady. So, and then I believe it's the actual god. Whenever it was the other girl with the harp or whatever talking about the music, it was her avatar. So it was a different actor for that. So I'm assuming it's a different god and everything. We gotta even look that up. But regardless, yeah, it's a different one. But then I think that's the one that saved her. But what doesn't make sense at the moment for me right now is how he got locked up in that mine thing. You know, whenever he was at the institution, I feel like that kind of throws me off, because it's like, is that something that he created in his own mind where he's dealing with things, or where he was put into.
I think he created it in his own mind.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, because he was able to interact with himself, Steven.
Yeah, but I was thinking, I was like, let's say hypothetically, even though I don't agree with it, if it was a different god that put him in that position.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's just his mind split, breaking
Like
up.
the movie by M. Night Shyamalan.
Split? Yeah.
Oh, it's
Movie's
funny.
a trip.
Yeah. It's funny how I did that reference. Yeah, I'm funny. But then, at the end, the big hippo comes out. I love how Steve and Mark hugged when they found each other.
I thought that was really wholesome.
Yeah.
Because even though they kind of...
Do you want to hug right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or they kind of like learning to coexist and work with each other. And then they got to see each other like physically.
Yeah. Because I feel like even after the series, I feel like they're going to find some mutual like respect for each other and like appreciation. And they're going to let each other like take over at certain times and stuff like that. I assume he's going to live at the end. I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think... Well, I mean... Well, we saw that how Amit, even though she's in prison, Arthur was still able to have some of her power. So I think he's able to have some of Khonshu's power still, which is in Resurrection.
Okay, I disagree with that.
Why is that?
I don't believe it was him that brought it back.
Well, we'll have to see because I can't see another god bringing him back to life for no reason.
But then I don't see the hippo coming back for no reason or coming into the picture for no reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's a bit strange.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah,
we don't have to like fight each other right now about it. Okay, and then 11 it's on another cliffhanger. That's one thing I don't necessarily like about Disney shows. It feels like every episode they always bring in more questions and always leave on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
and they somewhat answer the questions from the episode before. That I feel like that's what WandaVision did for the pretty much the first couple of episodes, which I like. It's good for keeping people into it, but then it's just like I just want to see the story unfold, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm loving the series.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's getting good. It's just continuing to get better.
Yeah. It was good from the get go. Okay, and then aside from Moon Knight, we're gonna start diving right into the news. Okay. I guess one of the biggest things that happened this week was Thor, Love, and motherfucking Thunder.
Thumber.
Thunder teaser.
Little tease.
I have no idea what you're talking about because I'm a man of God.
Yeah, he's a man of God. Well, the teaser trailer dropped.
Yes. And then, okay, let's not go into a big breakdown of it just because.
I mean, there's not too much to break down, really.
I mean, I think there's a lot. Okay, let's go into it then.
Okay, one thing I liked from Jump was when he was in his younger, like, Thor phase, it showed his original costume.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That was the first thing I thought of. Yeah, that's how it starts.
That was really cool.
And then it shows Fat Thor and everything getting back into shape. Obviously, everyone points out he had the Strongest Avengers hat on him. Mm-hmm. And then
the original logo.
And then also the big, the bad, the mighty Thor is in the picture, and she looked buff, like she looked strong, like she'll beat us up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jane Foster coming back.
So what do you think? I guess we're going on a bit of a deep dive.
Let's go into
it. Right?
Let's go into it.
Yeah. So
now that
she's been what's it called? Introduced. I know that Thor eventually gains worthiness back, but how are they gonna give him worthiness back in this movie in that short amount of time, or is it gonna have to be like in another movie?
Okay, I don't think it deals with the worthiness at the moment because I don't think Thor ever lost his worthiness. Because even like during like let's say for example Endgame, he had his thing, he got the hammer back. And then he was so surprised that he was like, oh, shit, I'm actually worthy. I'm still worthy even after everything. And then going to what I believe is going to be the story for Love and Thunder. Damn, I don't know why. Whatever. With that movie, I believe he's going to start off like this. Like, he's going to be with the Guardians of the Galaxy for a bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's going to go on multiple adventures just trying to find himself. That's where we left off Thor. He's just trying to find himself. And I feel like eventually he's going to get caught up. He's going to hear rufflings about the God Slayer. What's his name?
Gore.
Gore. He's going to hear rufflings about that. He's going to see the like that huge god that was slayed in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the teaser trailer, and Gore's gonna try to come after him, or like he sees some like destruction, and then Almighty was it
Almighty Thor.
Almighty Thor is gonna come and save him, and then they all team up together to fight Gore.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Because I feel like it's just him finding himself. This one,
essentially, because he's kind of like forced himself into the Guardians, and it's hilarious how they're interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's funny because Star-Lord, his character usually is kind of the outcast within the group, but it's not like Thor is the outcast in the group.
But it's funny though, because he has no business to be with them or with the Ravagers, because he's so OP, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, like honestly, like too, I think Thor has some of the best like growth in throughout the whole movie series about where he started to where like he lost himself and now he's trying to refine himself and everything. Because first, for a long time, he was trying to prove himself as king, as a leader, but as soon as he got it, he didn't. That wasn't him.
Mm.
And then now he's doing another journey, and the depression that he went through during Endgame as well.
You think he has the best character development?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Who?
Iron Man.
Okay, I can see that.
But I would not say that he didn't have good character development. I would agree he did have good character development.
Second. I'm not saying that he's my first, but I'm just saying second. What would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like he's one of the ones that we have seen the most out of as well. Because like if you even look at most of the other Avengers, like how many of them have their own series or multiple movies?
Iron Man and Thor.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Spider-Man.
Who?
Tom Holland.
Oh, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
My bad. Yeah.
He's finally getting the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good watch. I think it's gonna be a good watch.
Oh, definitely. That's a movie I'm hyped for this year. Well, because Morbius already came out, so I don't have hype for it anymore. The bar is already set so high, so there's only one place we can go down, and that's Love and Thunder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very good second, though.
And so continuing on with the news, the unbearable weight of massive talent, starring Nick Cage and Pablo Pascal, a.k.a. The Mandalorian.
Mando.
Yeah, the movie just dropped today, so that's going to be a watch for sure.
Oh, and also, too, the Northman came out today.
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgot about that until I saw, like, a thing for it. I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, for sure, especially now because I've seen this anime Vinland Saga. That's an anime about Vikings. I see that a lot of those fans are saying that they can see Vinland Saga in the Northman, so that's even more reason for me to watch it.
And then you know me, and then hopefully anyone who has heard our other episodes, I'm a big fan of The Last Kingdom and deals with Vikings as well.
Yeah.
And then going to our next piece of news, I do not have my thing up. What does this say?
So, Stephen King's Salem's Lot is set to hit theaters in the fall. So this movie is it's a remake of a classic vampire movie from Stephen King. You know, Stephen King getting all these reboots and remakes of his movies and everything.
Oh, honestly though, the only ones I've seen in recent time is It.
Yeah, and Pet Sematary. Yeah, so other Stephen King's films that are probably better well known, such as It, the iconic Pennywise, 1408, which has to do with the hotel room, Children of the Corn, who doesn't know that, Green Mile, classic, Carrie, classic, Pet Sematary, Gerald's Game, if you want to go a little freaky, but yeah.
Yeah, no, classics and everything. I haven't seen most of them, but okay, I've seen Carrie, Pet Sematary, Gerald's Room. It's on my list, but one day.
That's a freaky movie.
I heard that. It's one of those kind of like disturbing kind of thing. I saw Mr. Gigi reviewed it.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll just dive into our next bit of news. Night Sky, starring J.J. Simmons, The Boy. And
that's you, bro, J. Johannes Jameson.
Whenever he told me that, I was like, how, man? Like, okay, do I look like J.J. Simmons?
J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, he does, apparently.
Let me get a little cigar.
He just needs the white hair on the side.
One day.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be funny. He was talking about the bald version.
Oh, man. From the new Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so J.J. Simmons and Sissy SpaceX, Elon Musk, are coming to Amazon Prime May 20th to star in that show Night Sky. And the show is essentially about this old couple, these two old people who have a portal to another planet in their backyard. And then they tell people about it, and the whole time she don't want to tell people about it, but he's like, "Oh, you got to tell people about it cuz it's big." And yeah, it just hits the fan.
I feel like the best moves with JJ is whenever he makes bad decisions, like in Whiplash.
That is a bad decision.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Oh.
No, I said that's why I said it's like the best decision. No, the best movies whenever he makes the. I probably said that wrong, but I meant when he makes the wrong decision, whatever. Yeah. I said best decision, didn't I? Right?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember what we talked about last podcast. So.
Who are you? John.
Hello.
This could be an interesting episode this week.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's been a long week, man.
I know you don't already know me. Like I already had a couple in, so it's just like I'm just kind of vibing now.
Yeah. So moving on from that, have you ever seen any of the VHS films?
I mean, we could crack open my VHS over there if you're down for
Slide
it.
in it, so put on the rewind.
No, I have a car racer for it.
Oh, nice.
It sounds better than my car.
And you hit the side of the TV. Put the red and the blue wire.
I think you get the gun out for it. Shoot. I was like, get that shit right.
You gotta blow the VHS tape before you put it in. Okay, so anyway, we're talking about VHS. It's a film series.
Found film
series. It's a horror film series. It has a anthology style. So essentially, what an anthology style is, if you look back to like something like Twilight Zone, where it's like different episodes in one episode, or just different stories. Mm-hmm. Essentially.
And then if you're, I guess, not cultured, like Black Mirror. And if you're not cultured off of that, I don't think anything else I can think of.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
Get cultured. Anyone who's just listening to this is cultured, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, everyone who's listening to this is very cultured. If you're not,
just turn this off.
Yeah, just turn it off if you're not cultured.
Just let it play. Just turn the volume down. Just at least let us get
that.
And
drop a rating. Drop a thumbs up.
Yeah, but after that, though, listen every week, but just don't listen. This is not for you. Actually,
listen enough, and you will be cultured. But you have to keep listening after that happens.
Yeah. Oh, damn. They were like, oh, damn. Okay. Shut it off.
But yeah, anyways, the VHS is coming out with the 5th movie for the series. And it's going to be featuring on Shudder. And Shudder is a streaming service for the best selections of horror, thriller, supernatural movies, and shows. And we are not sponsored. But Shudder, if you would like to sponsor us, it's what we do.
We'll watch every movie.
It's what we do, baby.
You can change our name to It's What We Do Shudder. No, we won't change our name, but yes.
It's what we scare.
It's what we get scared to.
Yeah, that'll be a special segment just for you, Shudder.
I know you're listening.
Yeah, you're listening. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Who isn't listening to the biggest podcast in the world?
Yeah, it's what we do, baby.
That's what we do.
Yes, sir. And then I go into our other later news. The Batman, dropped on HBO Max this week on the 18th, I want to say. Or less.
You mean the best Batman movie to ever exist?
Quote us on that. The stamp. Still with improvement by It's What We Do podcast.
Cheers.
And then it just released on HBO Max on the 18th, I believe, or during this week, I want to say, or last week. It was recent. But long story short, the movie has been streamed 720,000 times, the highest streaming on HBO Max, and then you compare it to the Zack Snyder cut, which got 389,000. Which I'm not saying anything's bad about the Snyder cut, but it just shows how big this movie actually is. Like a lot of Snyder loyalists would say that it was not that good and no one watched it, but then even this proves it. But
I think they should rename the Snyder cult to the Bad Taste in Films cult.
No, fuck no. Don't disrespect us like this. I love the Snyder cut. I was supporting that fucking day one. I remember whenever Zack Snyder was doing like little like he posted a photo of Superman's costume. It was a black suit. I remember I saw that. I liked it. I was like, we're getting Black Superman in Justice League. And then Justice League came out and didn't have it. I was so heartbroken. But I'm excited. And then moving on to worse news or bad movie news. The bad movie Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, that is currently banned in Saudi Arabia because of America Chavez is she plays a lesbian character in the MCU, and she's in there, and then it goes against their laws and stuff like that, so it's banned.
Yeah, I guess
Sure.
I guess it's acceptable or whatever, but at the same time, at the end of the day,
I don't like it.
does it really matter though, like if it has to do with that or not? Like they have a big fan base, a Marvel fan base in Saudi Arabia.
Worldwide.
And they're actually petitioning right now to be able to watch that film.
That's good. That's really good.
And it's crazy too because the World Cup is also coming up at the end of the year, and it's happening in Qatar.
Oh, should I put my kid on?
Yeah. And so the same thing is kind of happening there. They're not gonna allow rainbow flags to be waved and all that because same thing pretty much.
I don't like. We can both say we disagree with this and everything,
Mm.
but then it's also like it's part of their culture, I guess. Whatever. They have been able to progress, because it's like you can say the same thing about like United States. It's mostly Christian country, whatever. But then like it's there's a lot of progression that has happened over the years.
Exactly.
And maybe they're behind or. However, obviously we're not a part of that religion or that culture and everything, but there's gay people everywhere, and there's all types of sexualities and everything like that.
Well, gay people in those countries get killed though.
Yeah, one thing that bothers me though, it's just like people act like gay is like a new thing, because it's like gay is as old as people have been alive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like dawn of time there was gay people, so it's like. Why the backlash, or why hasn't there ever been like really solid progression throughout all cultures with gay people?
I don't know. I mean, those countries are very traditional,
No, but do you see what I mean? Traditional, right? Old ways, right?
Yeah.
But gay people were even before that. Before the religion was even created, there was gay people.
I mean, bro, like most priests are gay, and then we don't find that out, so they get exposed.
About the kids?
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully the petition goes through.
Yeah.
And they're able to watch that movie so they don't have to go out of country to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Moving on.
Let's go over this next one. But then we're talking about Lewis Hamilton and what's her name?
Serena Williams.
They're talking about buying the Chelsea Football Club. I know you're a big soccer fan, so what are your thoughts on this?
That's a bit strange. I didn't know you were going to put that in there.
I put it in there because of you.
Oh, because we don't talk about soccer. We talk about movies and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was funny, so I wanted to see your take on this.
So it's what we play sports, I guess. And
that's what we play.
Yeah, and so I mean, obviously, he could buy it. It's probably pocket change for him.
No, literally.
But I saw also that Conor McGregor said he was gonna try to buy it too.
Is it like it's pretty much up for market right now, or what?
It is because the owner of Chelsea, he's Russian, so he was getting sanctioned. And,
shit.
Yes, because he's an oligarch for Russia, and pretty much it's like it's sad that all oligarchs support the Russian government, so that means giving money to the government for everything.
Yeah, I mean that's how oligarchs work and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So he resigned. He like pretty much gave up the club or whatever, so it's up for sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I heard that I'm not. They're trying to buy it because they said they're gonna put a bid and put 10 mil each for it.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. We're gonna have to see what happens with that because.
Should we just buy it?
Should we just buy it? Should we?
We have to talk to Steve. Get the beans in order.
Yeah, I think
we got the pod money.
Yeah, I think maybe we buy it. Hey, what is that? A few bill?
At the end of the day, it's just money.
It's pocket change.
I mean, we're the biggest podcast in the world right now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we buy it or not. But Lewis Hamilton should just focus on keeping his grandfather's last name.
Fuck. You know what I thought was... we're not going to get into that. We're not.
He should just keep his grandfather's last name.
It's. I don't have nothing against Lewis Hamilton. He's a great racer, but then it's just like it's a funny thing for that to happen because it's like he wants to keep his mother's name, but then it's like that was his grandfather's name. What about his grandmother's name?
And then if you go
it's
before
a slippery
that,
slope. You know,
if you go before that, whose name was it then?
Yeah,
his great grandfather's.
It's a slippery slope.
And before that, his great grandfather's.
Yeah, exactly. It's a slippery slope, but then it's. Good for him. No,
No,
especially too in Hispanic culture and everything, they take both names. So it's like
not everyone, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, yeah, so it just is what it is. But I think it's just a funny, interesting thing because it's like I understand people doing it for our culture or whatever, but then it's like it's whatever. We're not getting into that. And then on actual news on movies, the Spider-Verse movie has been pushed to next year on June 6, 2023. How the fuck do you feel?
I think that's a little hogwash.
I'm upset.
That is absolutely horrendous. Like
I'm so
now we just have
they just released the date like 2 months ago.
Yeah. And now we have to wait for the Multiverse of Madness to come out so we're entertained. Yeah, with a good movie.
With a good Spider-Man movie. We haven't had one since the last Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse movie with Miles Morales. All the other ones have been bad.
Oh, man.
But upset about that. But then also, two other movies have been pushed back as well in their slate. Madam Web, June.
Flash?
This is actually pretty soon. June 6th to July 2023. That's a pretty fast slate.
Yeah.
In their lineup. And then we have the Spider-Verse Part 2 releasing in March 2024. I know those movies aren't going to be great. Well, I assume because the first one. And I'm hoping that they're just able to, like, it's not going to be, like, a departure of quality.
It's not. I already saw it. It's a good movie.
Show me. Where would you see this? Give me the link.
It's on utorrent.com.
Pause this. We'll get back to this podcast.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And then we got the official title for the next Fast and the Furious movie. Your favorite franchise of all time.
I love it.
We have Fast and Furious 10 coming out. Fast 10. What are your thoughts on the title?
I honestly, I'm so excited to see what they do with the X-Men. And I wonder.
Oh my god, that was the joke I was gonna do to you, man.
And
you took my fucking joke.
I took your thunder. Okay, rewind. Okay. What do you think about Fast 10?
I'm just so excited at how they're gonna join the X-Men.
The X-Men?
Yes, the X-Men. X. You saw the X. You saw the promo photo.
That's not for Sonic X?
No, that's for X-Men.
Oh my.
Where'd you get the joke from?
Where did I get that joke from? Sonic X?
No, the joke about the X-Men.
I saw it.
You saw Sal.
Sal? That was Sal?
Yeah, Sal.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was Sally.
Who's that?
Sally.
Who?
Sally Katz.
I don't know who that is.
Whatever.
Nah, I'm not. Salvador, you mean? Nah, I'm joking.
Salvador. His legal name, his address.
Where you were born? Nah, I'm joking.
No, that's my parents.
But anyway, yeah, with that, I'm actually interested to see, are they going to use the first class X-Men? Or are they going to use the Avengers X-Men? Or are they going to use the X-Men Origins X-Men?
Or the X-Men from the trilogy of, like, the ones in the 90s, 70s, whatever.
In my opinion, those are, like, the best X-Men. Out of the live action movies,
you can pick and choose. You can always pick and choose. But you know what though? Because it's Fast and Furious, baby. We gotta go big or we go home. So, all of them.
Yeah, I'm actually upset because I thought they were gonna do Jurassic World, but they ended up just switching for Batman. So I mean, not Batman. X-Men. So they're gonna be in the MCU now.
Hugh Jackman gonna be in it too.
They're gonna be in the MCU now.
Hugh Jackman as well.
Yeah, he's gonna steal a car by jabbing his claws into the window, and he's gonna take control of the steering wheel, and his he's not gonna be able to steer because his claws are gonna be through the actual dashboard.
You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna line up next to Vin Diesel. The other one's be Magneto, and they're like, "Hey, from this light to that light, It's a quarter mile. We just got to hit that hoe.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
Vin Diesel's gonna drive off, and then Wolverine's gonna slice his head off, and he's gonna see Paul Walker in hell.
Our opinions about Paul Walker are necessarily positive, but yes. Okay. Okay, moving on to other news. We have Ben Affleck. He's going to play the co-founder of Nike, Phil Knight. And it's also going to star Matt Damon as well. And they're going to talk about their deal when they're signing with Michael Jordan, which is one of their biggest deals that they had in the company.
What is Nike and who is Michael Jordan?
Are you talking about two of the biggest companies in the world? Are you disrespecting us?
Are you talking about the man who made the best shoes to ever exist?
Possibly.
Quite possibly, yes.
I wouldn't say the best, but some of the best stylish.
Some of the highest quality shoes out there.
I wouldn't say that either.
No, hold on, my bad. Some of the highest quality kicks.
Highest quality trip.
The trips.
The drip.
The drip.
You said trips.
The trips.
The drip.
Bro, I'm drowning. Like, oh God, what's that song? Boogie with the Hoodie? I think it was Boogie with the Hoodie.
I don't know.
But, yeah. Or Kodak. I think it was Kodak.
I'm excited for that movie. I love Matt Damon. I love Ben Affleck, so I'm excited. And I love Nike and Jordan, so I'm so excited to see that movie.
Oh, yeah. So, what are you wearing right now?
Oh, we're going to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Show us what you got. Heat on the feet, I guess, right?
Okay. We got a pair of 12s on. We have the utility 12s. I think it's a slip-on shoe right here. A lot of people don't like about the back, the sole of it is kind of like a blue color. It's supposed to be 3% reused materials, but I think it's slept on. I love it. It's a great shoe.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a rep.
Don't disrespect me like that. I got this straight from Nike. I went to the Nike factory for these.
Actually, the utility 12s are known for. Actually, I don't know. I don't know nothing about shoes, so I can't say.
They're slept on. Like yeah. I got these. I was able to buy multiple pairs at one time because they did a restock or whatever, and then. Yeah, I got more heat in the closet. This is what I'm wearing on today. It's just the daily heat.
He don't even need to pay for AC because he's got the heater in the locker. But yeah, on to the next news segment.
We got the Rebel Moon, directed by Zack Snyder. We got day one. Oh my goodness, we got day one photos of the movie. I showed the photos earlier. The best movie coming out next year. I think it comes out next year.
I think it's going to be really interesting. And before Star Wars says anything, you can't do that. You're stealing all our ideas. And then look at Dune for a second.
Tell Star Wars, get fucked, man.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Kick fucking rocks.
Yeah, exactly. Go, Misa jump off bridge.
Yeah. No, but I'm super excited for this and everything. Like, doesn't matter what people say about Zack Snyder, even his code and everything, but then I think like I have said this before, his stories aren't always very good, but the cinematography, the action, and in watching the movie, you're always gonna enjoy it. Like what he did with what's the last one with the zombies? Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember. But then that movie was incredible. The story sucked. But then the cinematography and what he does, especially too, is like, you know how CGI can be very iffy. But then the way he does things, like practical and realistic, or CGI, I mean, it's incredible. He's like literally one of the best directors, I would say, out of our time. Yeah. And we can put that on the stamp right now.
That's half a stamp, actually.
No. Certified by It's What We Do podcast.
It's what he does, because I'm not certifying that.
Steve, what's your vote on this? Pretty good. See? That's good enough for me.
Pretty good. I personally think that Zack Snyder, he is really good at cinematography.
Get fucked.
But when it comes to story, no, not so good. And I'm only saying that when it comes to the Justice League.
That's not his fucking movie, though. Yeah, have you seen this? No, you've seen this undercut, right?
Yeah.
The story was incredible when they're in that.
It did not add much more.
Keep in mind, though, that movie was intentionally the first movie that was supposed to come out. Even though it was long. No, even though it was long, but that if you can find a very good 2.5 hour movie out of his 4 hour cut.
I'm the best Batman. I'm so smart. I'm gonna go and steal this kryptonite from Lex Luthor. Why did you say Martha?
Why'd you say that name?
Martha, that's his mother. Martha.
And then
It's horrible. It's horrible. I would
Fuck
not.
you.
I will
Fuck
not.
you.
I will not. I accept all Zack Snyder slander, and anyone who says that it's like the best everything is wrong.
I
Justice
wouldn't
League
say it's
as
the
a
best
whole is
everything,
not-
but it's up there.
okay,
It's
but
fucking
Batman
up
is
there.
definitely not the best Batman. Robert Pattinson is gonna end up being the best Batman.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. And also, too, keep in mind, you change your fucking tune about fucking Batman, too.
I change it back again once I realized that I was wrong for agreeing with you.
Fuck you. Whatever. Okay, on other news, we have the Jason Momoa. He's going to be starring in the, I'm not sure if it's live action, but in Minecraft, the movie.
There's no way that's live action, bro. I cannot.
I know, when I said that, I was like, fuck, okay.
So
He's
when
starring in Minecraft. He's
when
in
I think
Minecraft.
when I think live action, I immediately think like Freddie W or like Corridor Digital on YouTube. They make like all these live action video game films. That's what I think of when I think live action. I don't think that. I think on the big screen, the movies, I think it's probably going to be like CGI.
Yeah, yes.
Like Lego movie.
It is. But I don't know why I said. And also, too, I love how a Lego movie looks so realistic, but everything's CGI.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even stop motion. Motion.
See, when I watched it, I was like, "Is this stop motion or is it CGI?" And then it's a little bit of both, actually.
Yeah, because I'm a big Lego fan and everything. Yeah. I used to watch stop motion back in the day. Forest Fire 101.
Yeah.
He was a king.
Oh, I used to watch his stuff too. I watched his Half-Life stuff though. That's a video game.
Nah, it's not good.
Wow.
And then okay, that's pretty much wrapping up our news for this week. We watched the movie Anywhere, Everywhere, All at Once, and that fucking, did I say it wrong?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
That's exactly what I said. But then, regardless, that movie blew me out the water. I knew it was gonna be a good movie, like I said earlier, but like the amount of crazy things that happened and how funny it was.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say this here now. I'll give my stamp of approval. I'll give the certified stamp of It's What We Do podcast certified approval that this is the best multiverse movie of the year.
Yeah, I would agree that. Very, very good movie. Honestly, not what I was expecting, but it really showed out. And a bit about the movie. It was a movie made by A24 Studios. And
I like how seems like they're doing like more off the wall ideas, like a little more indie kind of ideas, and making them like big scale.
Yeah, and the main cast was Michelle Yeoh, who was actually like a big part. Like she was big into like the action kung fu movies way back in the day, and your favorite how do you pronounce Ki Hu Kwan?
I like that attempt. I would not have done better, but yes, he's from the Indiana Jones series. Well, I think he was only in one movie. He played shortstop, and then after learning that fact, whenever I was thinking about his voice, I was like, "Oh shit, it actually makes sense."
Yeah, he plays Waymond, who is the husband of Michelle, who plays Evelyn, and their daughter, played by Stephanie Su, who plays Joy Wang.
Who?
Yeah,
my wife.
Sue, yeah. And then Jamie Lee Curtis is also in here playing
I did not realize how big of a part she played in that movie.
Yeah, Deidre, who was the IRS agent in the film. And there is also James Hong, who played Gong Gong, the grandpa of the family, who, by the name, you might not recognize it, but if you see his face, you recognize it instantly. He's a very famous Chinese actor. And then, that's pretty much it for the main cast. And so kind of jumping into the plot a little bit.
And before we get into that, though, I know how we are. We say spoilers everything, but then this type of movie, watch it. Like
Mm-hmm.
every other movie, I don't like. It's not that important, but this movie is like you have any idea what the plot is, it takes away from it all.
Yeah, so I kind of knew a little bit what it was gonna be about, but the way they went about it is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit about the setting. So there's this family who doesn't have the best life. They're in a lot of debt. They live above on the second floor of their washing or lavanderia. Their how do you say that in
Laundromat.
Yeah, the laundromat. How do you say that in English? Yeah, they're failing laundromat, and the mom is always really stressed, and the dad, he just wants everyone to be like happy,
Mm-hmm.
but he's kind of like a pushover as well.
He's too positive in a
Too
way.
positive. And then their
Mhm.
daughter is like a screw up, like, doesn't live
I
up
wouldn't
to
say it's a screw
to
up.
them,
Oh,
to
okay.
her, to
I
her.
think it's
She's
that
like a screw
traditional
up.
like ideas and stuff like that,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, and she's lesbian, and she and her mom don't really get along very well, and they have them over for a dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of like get into a fight or whatever.
Yeah,
And
pretty much the underlying thing for them was that the mother, I believe, she didn't have enough time because the husband was trying to talk to her
yeah,
about the divorce, and then she was trying to talk to her, the daughter, about bringing her girlfriend over and everything because of the grandfather was there, and he's more set in his ways than anyone, or you would assume that
Yeah.
he's more set in his ways than anyone.
yeah, because when they introduce each other, she says good friend,
Yeah.
not girlfriend.
Yeah, she's trying to protect, like, cover it up. And I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of people can relate to that in their families when they're trying to, like, come out to the whole family.
Yeah, that's why it kind of hits home a bit when it's like real life, like you can feel it.
Modern. That's
Mhm.
one thing I think is important with this movie as well. It's just, like, every good movie you can think about. And one of the fundamentals of a good movie, it's a relationship story. And, like, with this, it was the family dynamic and everything. Because crazy things happen, but at the center of it all was about the family.
Exactly. And so what the family has to do, since they have their business, they have to go to the IRS and pretty much.
Ooh, the feds.
Yeah, they have to. Uh, I don't know necessarily what they're doing. I think they have to prove everything that the business expenses and everything
Yeah.
for the year. And Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays Deidre, the IRS agent, she's kind of like going through everything. And at that moment,
She was like, your shit's fucked.
at that moment, I think. Oh, before that, doesn't like Wayman, the husband?
Yeah, that's whenever things immediately started happening for the mom, where she sees things are crazy. Whenever she her husband from another universe or the same person, whatever, takes hold of her current husband in that universe and tells her, like, we have to send you off on this mission. And then that's whenever it starts splitting across the multiverse and the whole idea and the concept on how they travel across the multiverse.
Mm-hmm. Which in this way, it's a little bit similar to the MCU in a way.
I don't believe it is.
It's somewhat similar.
No.
So every decision that you make, no matter it being big, small, good or bad, it makes another timeline. So it branches out into many, many different timelines. And essentially, all those timelines are connected. They're all going on at the same time. And yeah.
Yeah. And then pretty much let's try to explain the concept. Okay, pretty much goes like this. The way that they cross multiverses, they are able to connect their head with certain technology
Yeah,
to
with the
other
little like Bluetooth earpiece
yeah, I
device.
think that's funny and
Yeah.
it's very like efficient kind of
Mhm.
way. Dumb it down, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
For them to able to connect to the other versions of themselves in other multiverses, and through connecting to themselves, they're able to they have to trigger themselves by like certain like little triggers and like certain weird things that they do. It somehow connects them closer to another version of themselves, so that they're able to trigger their memories or like their abilities.
Yeah, what they do is they get the skills from that consciousness or
Yeah.
that place to
But then also
use those
too,
to their
they're
advantage.
able to split their consciousness or like be at both universes at the same time as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very trippy. It's fucking trippy.
So for example, if it were like me, or you, and say a weird thing we had to do is like, I don't know, like jump.
Not kiss each other.
Yeah, not kiss each other,
Mm-hmm.
or like drink alcohol from your shoe or something, or
Yeah, we will
put
never
both
do
shoes
that.
on backwards and kiss your cat or something, and
Never happened
essentially
to me.
essentially you do something random like that, it'll open up a portal or like an opening for you to gain powers from another dimension. So
Mm-hmm.
I would be able to get, whatever is closer. Like, for example, in the movie, what she does, she puts her shoes on backwards and she what
She was able to connect to her martial arts self.
yeah, exactly, she was able to connect to her Bruce Lee version
No,
of
that's
herself.
actually incorrect. That's actually incorrect. She only did that to reach one version of herself, but now it's in the martial arts version of her.
Yeah,
She
it
had
was.
to. No, she had to do. This is after whenever she started getting attacked by her, and she had to do something else. She had to tell her that she loved her.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she had to tell the person that she was that was trying to kill her. She had to say "I love you" and mean it. And when she was able to do that, then she was able to connect to her other persona that has martial arts powers.
Yeah.
And use those powers or skills or whatever.
And that martial arts person also happened to be an international movie star as well.
Yeah, like us.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then it deals with a lot of that, and they also played up just by the amount of jokes that they do. Like there's a scene where a guy jumps on a pretty much a butt plug, and it was set up so early on as well, and I did not think it was gonna come back. But then he jumps on it, like he full force tries to jump on it, and that was able to connect him to another version of himself. And then that, like, it's a very funny movie. It's super
It's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah. And even like it's very like in some of the scenes it's so subtle where like it doesn't take you away from anything. And it also gives you the movie knows that it's funny, so it gives you like breaks to laugh as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree that. And so essentially what happens further on is she finds out that the mission that she needs to be on to save the multiverses happens to be the main version of her daughter,
Mm-hmm.
who is, what's her name? Jabu
Joey.
Tsubaki or something like that?
Yeah. And then going to the okay, there's another universe, not in the main one that we're dealing with, where it's called the Alpha.
Which
Because
is the main, like the...
yeah, they were able to find ways to connect to other. They realized what the multiverse was and how to make contact, and then with them, they had Joy, and she was able to she was very good at connecting with other versions of herself, but they overflowed her too much to where she connected to every version of herself. So she's experiencing every persona of her all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an overload on her, and they think that she's the villain within the story, but then it really turns out that she's not. But it's weird, like you know how like you watch the Netflix thing Bandersnatch.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to that in a way, because I remember the dude who's playing what's his name, Adam Warlock, him. I remember he said he was like, "You're me jump," and then he was like, "It doesn't matter who jumps, because in another universe I didn't jump. So it doesn't matter if I die in this one because I'm alive in another one."
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar, like, it's something, like, it makes you think a lot about.
Yeah. And it's interesting because she gains all the power, and she's so powerful, experiencing everything, that she feels like nothing matters really, because she's been able to experience everything.
I feel like that's so much trauma as well, right?
Mm-hmm. And with the black hole that she created, the black bagel, where she literally put
everything bagel.
everything.
That's a joke.
She literally put everything on it.
That's a joke, right?
Yeah, all the toppings. Your favorite movie star.
What do you like on your bagel?
A little bit of cream cheese.
I like strawberry cream cheese.
Yeah, that one's good.
Mm-hmm.
And so she creates that not to destroy everything, but to essentially off herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted her mom to get Evelyn to gain the same power, to see it, to give her like a reason to live, essentially.
Mm-hmm. She wanted someone to go into the bagel with pretty much destroy herself and have someone with her. And I feel like no matter how much we try to describe it, the concept of that movie makes it won't make sense. We try to explain it, but then in the movie, it all makes sense. And I feel like that's something really good that they were able to do during that movie. You don't have to, coming out of it, you understand exactly what happened.
I feel like even if we gave visuals with the movie, it'd still be hard to understand.
Yeah, because like one of the images that they released was the split. Like it was like cracks in glass, and it showed multiple of them, and I feel like that even just by itself doesn't really explain it very well. But then in the movie, it makes sense because this is like at the end, Joy.
Yeah.
Joy's able to cross multiverse and everything, and so is the mother. But like, you have to be watching the movie progressively because they break you into it very slowly over time.
Yeah, and so the reason that they ended up deciding on this version of Evelyn, her variant, to become the one to save everything, is because hers was the biggest failure out of all the Evelyns. She never committed to any hobbies or anything that she did. So she ended up becoming, where she was like, she had experienced everything.
Nobody right now.
Yeah. So she experienced everything to where she could gain access to all those special abilities.
Yeah, the way I thought of it was that she was like,
to become the strongest one.
Yeah, she was like a blank slate. So she was able to absorb everything. If you already have something loaded up on you, it's harder to add something else on top of it. Yeah. But since she had nothing, she was able to level up easier.
Yeah, exactly.
But what would you rate that movie, though?
Oh, my God. If there were ever a rating...
Also, we have to break in our new skill.
Okay, yeah. But if there were ever a rating on... like anything above our best rating, I would give it that rating.
Okay, let's just go through the rating real quick. We got meh, and then we have, what's the next one? Mid.
Yeah.
And then this is our new inclusion.
Probably should watch.
Probably should watch.
Probably should watch it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like that. And then we have great. And then we have
certified.
No, we have banger, then certified banger. And then with this movie, this is like absolute, tattoo it on your back.
Masterpiece.
I have to break the table to show how good this movie was.
Just round of applause. Just round of applause.
For our audio listeners, we did a round of applause.
Yeah.
It was great. It was amazing.
But yeah, no. Oh my God. Such an amazing, lovely movie. It made you feel all kinds of emotions.
And I know this is one of those movies that's so rewatchable.
Oh, dude. Yes.
We didn't even mention the fucking people with fucking hot dogs as fingers, man.
Oh, that was nasty, though.
It was gross.
It was nasty.
It was something so fundamental in the movie. And we didn't even talk about the rock planet.
It's just a lot because, so if that every version of herself played a big part because she pretty much mended the bond with every variant that was there, like the weenie fingers. That one, she fell and she ended up getting with. It
was so touching in that moment. Whenever she was going against she crossed the multiverse, she was causing problems and like she was fucking up her life in every multiverse until her husband talked to her, and then she started changing her ways. She was like, okay, let me make up for it instead across the multiverse, and that's so fucking powerful. But
so doing that made everyone that she was fighting happy since she was able to get through all of them to get to her daughter.
Powerful message. Instead of violence, choose kindness. Yeah, it was kindness.
Yeah, that's what her husband was telling her. He's like, we need to stop the violence. Like, just do the kindness.
Yeah. It wasn't power. I would honestly rate this, like, even jokes aside, one of the greatest movies of
the year.
Yeah. Easily. No, easy. Fucking easily.
Of the year, easily.
Easily. And then we're fucking only 4 months in, and it's very confidently able to say that. And then especially, too, one thing I thought was super funny. I'm not, like, I thought it was on me, but then like I know other people saw this too. The father figure, what was his name?
Waymond?
Wayman? Yeah. He like I know they did this on purpose. He looks like Jackie Chan in that movie. And then especially too the hair, that how Jackie Chan used to have it too. And so it just brought nostalgia back for me because I used to be a big fan of his.
The choreography too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was very slept on.
It was good. So good.
What would you want to name our new rating for the top of the line? Breadsticks.
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 Breadsticks. The best breadsticks in the world.
Yes.
Oh my God, nothing beats it, bro.
Made fresh daily.
Daily, made to order. Made to order. Better than Olive Garden.
Yes. When you had to sit down, you had to order them immediately because it take half an hour to make.
Exactly. So, cinema breadsticks.
Cinema breadsticks.
Break out the breadsticks. Bring me the gabagool.
Hey.
Give me the brio.
Hey, yo, Fat Tony. Hey, yo, Fat Tony. Bring me the fucking breadsticks.
So I says to him, if you come around here again, you're going to get schwacked. So you better bring me my gabagool and my cinnamon sticks. Have a laugh. Have a laugh. Have a laugh.
I was about to hit my nose, but I just got nose piercing, so I don't want to hit that. Incredible movie.
Incredible. Incredible.
Would you say right now, do you think it's better than the Doctor Strange 2?
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Well,
I mean, any movie is
doing
better.
I mean, and well, I guess since it's just one movie, it's easier to like explain the multiverse in one movie as opposed to a long running list of movies, which Sony is messing up. By the way, but yeah, no, I think yes.
Yeah, we don't have to get in. Yeah, we'll be arguing for another hour.
Superhero movies are just kind of stale.
They're gonna hit a bubble at a certain point soon, but at the same time too, I like though what they're doing with like recent Marvel movies, whatever. They're bringing in like like a little bit lesser known, and then more artistic or like different kind of direction. Actually, they're able to do it, but then it's also too. It feels like this is the only way a lot of directors are able to get in their style of like artwork or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
Precisely. Yeah, and I want to mention one thing before we move on to the next thing. I saw someone on Twitter say that it would be cool to see the MCU through a civilian's eye.
I'll be depressed, man. That's so fucking sad, man. Because it's like so much happening in like span of like 15, 20 years type thing. Yeah. And they also had Captain America, so it's kind of like that's already established in their universe.
Yeah, so all of that, but they kind of did that with Marvels. So if they adapt Marvels, then yeah, that would essentially be it.
Yeah.
But no, I think it would be a cool thing to do, but at the same time, they can't have like, I don't know, because MCU is kind of riding on the heroes and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're going in such a great direction, like MCU, whatever. I think they're going in such a great direction because they're taking like a little bit more narrow, like Moon Knight, what they did with the other series that they're having. I think they're going in a good direction, but then eventually, in probably like the next 5-10 years, the bubble is going to break. And I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, and now they're bringing. It's just now that the Avengers is ending, they're bringing in more and more and more and more. So.
Yeah. Okay, going into what we've been watching so far recently, out of recent times, I have nothing except for Tokyo fucking mother...
Cinema Stick.
Vice.
By our boy, the Gaijin, the one and only Jake Aldstein, who may or may not be hyping himself up a lot in these episodes, but I would do the same if I were in with the Yakuza and everything, you know.
You know, it'd be funny if he's not even like big time with them. He just like hyping himself up. He was like, "I was there, bro. I was with everyone, bro."
I would do it too. And then the Yakuza's like, "Bro, who is this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Is Gaijin?"
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the last 2 episodes dropped this week. We're not going to talk about them this week. We love them. They're incredible cinema. But we have a big episode lined up for next week where we're going to dive into the whole season. And we got a little special thing coming up next episode. No,
Surprise, very special surprise.
oh, wait, actually, it's the week after.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next week we're just going to be covering the whole Tokyo Vice series. By next week, everything should be out. So we're gonna be covering the whole thing. We're gonna be doing a deep dive into it and everything. And overall, it's a great series, and I feel like it's completely slept on. Like it's literally so top tier. It's so good.
Yeah, and I have not seen anyone talk about it.
Yeah. So
We're talking about it.
yeah,
And
I feel, yeah.
very special episode coming soon to you, free of charge. Very special episode.
We're doing this for free.
Yeah.
Don't see this.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So make sure you keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Very special episodes coming soon.
Yes.
Very, very soon.
We also too have the offer coming out, and that's gonna be an incredible episode. We have things planned. I hate being that person that's like content creator, being like, we got things are coming.
It's a very special surprise though.
Yeah, but then it's like for our 15 listeners, we have something great planned out for the offer. It's gonna be an incredible episode. We love the whole series of offer. Well, we love Miles Teller, and we know anything he's in is gonna be great. So it's gonna be a very special episode for us.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yes.
no, but then I forgot to ask you today. How are you doing, John?
I'm so tired. It's been a long week.
You just want to cuddle?
Yeah, maybe after this.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Kiss? No, you're probably right. Well, thank you very much for joining us for another episode of It's What We Do podcast. We're on everything, literally everything.
We're on Castbox. We're on Amazon Music. We are on Google Podcasts.
Spotify, Apple Music.
What?
Yeah.
Spotify? I've never heard of that.
Oh, just give it a quick download.
Apple Podcasts? Never heard of that either.
Search it up. It's What We Do. And we're there, baby.
That's what we do with Hen and John,
Yeah.
the very own
And
podcast.
don't forget, we're also on YouTube. We did a little funny faces to each other. We did a little gags to each other. So use what I saw in my shoes if you're on YouTube as well. So give us a little view as well.
Live and on video.
Yes. And thank you very much. And we'll see you next week. Big kisses.